talked about the amateur versus the professional activities. I want to remind you the reward has to be greater than the sacrifice. Everyone starts, but unfortunately, most don't finish, right? And so we all start out with good intentions. We all, new year, new me, or whatever it might be, wherever you're currently at in your life. And then what happens? You get punched in the mouth 3 days in a row. And now all of a sudden, those good intentions that you had, now we don't feel like doing it. So some fuel for you to think through this. This is some mindset motivation stuff for you. Your positive energy has to be greater than the negative energy you're going to face every single day. Now, where does that negative energy come from? It could come from other people, external things, or it come from your own self. So other people might tell you, oh, you can't go do that. You're not good enough, this, that, or the other, right? Hopefully you're surrounding yourself with good people. Your positive energy has to be greater than the negative pull of this world. So move in the opposite direction of the negativity, whether that's other people or your own advice or your own self-negative talk. A lot of us have to really just squash that evil devil that's on our shoulder telling us why we can't or we shouldn't do different things. So again, I'm like, this is one of my favorite slides. Your positive energy has to be greater than the negative energy of other things out there. And so when we talk about what causes frustration then, the reward has to be greater than the sacrifice. We start getting in a better mindset. We have good intentions. We have a good plan in place, but we become frustrated. The definition that I use for frustration is just misguided enthusiasm. It means that you care. That's a good thing. We should all have some kind of frustration in our lives because it means that we truly care. Think about this. When's the last time you got into an argument with somebody? Maybe it was a significant other. You cared more than they cared, and therefore you're energying up, right? You're pleading your point, and they're sitting back here. They don't really care. That drives you crazy, doesn't it? So for me, it just means that you're passionate about something. It means that you do care. So how do we channel that frustration for something good? And I tell the story, when I first launched my business, I worked at a WeWork space or a co-work space. And basically I had videos, I had workbook exercise, I had all these different things I had to do. And I didn't have a professional. I didn't have a green screen. I didn't have all these different kinds of things. And there was one night the printer wouldn't work. So I couldn't print out my handout. And I just remember being so frustrated because it was 9 o'clock at night. I had already worked 12 hours and gone to a networking event and nobody was in there to help me. That frustration, guys, I had to rechannel for something good. And this is the good that came of that. Whenever those moments happen now, I celebrate them because most people are going to give up and give in right before a breakthrough happens. So understand, growing a business, being in sales, being in entrepreneurship means you're going to be frustrated. You're going to have challenges. You're going to have obstacles. So again, your positive energy has to be greater than the negative energy that you're going to face. Now, if it's not a matter of energy and it's a matter of building in excuses, this is where I just have to have a crucial conversation with yourself. Are you actually doing the daily disciplines? Are you staying motivated? An excuse to me is a self-proclaimed opt-out clause, is where you give yourself permission not to do different things that you know you should be doing. And I tell people, it's negligent for you and your life and your family and your business if you know what you should be doing and you're not actually going and doing it. So a lot of us build in self-proclaimed opt-out clauses. We build in excuses as to why we can't or we're not doing different things. You got to be honest with yourself.